Voters will head back to the polls on Tuesday to pick their party's candidate in several high-stakes races. A lot of eyes will be on the race at the top of the ballot, the one that everybody has been hearing about nonstop since March. That would be the Republican runoff for one of Texas's seats in the United States Senate. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is challenging incumbent U.S. Senator John Cornyn. Paxton is heading into the election day fresh off an endorsement from President Donald Trump. In a social media post on Sunday, President Trump attacked Senator Cornyn after calling Cornyn a good man in his initial endorsement of Paxton. President Trump slammed Cornyn as, quote, very disloyal, and he encouraged his supporters to vote for Paxton on Tuesday because he said Paxton will never let you down. Trump called Paxton a great attorney general, saying that he was probably the best in the country and said that he was someone who was very loyal. But he said Cornyn was very disloyal to me as president and did not fight hard enough for the desperately needed Save America Act to pass the Senate. I asked Scott Braddock, editor of Harvey Kronberg's Quorum Report, whether he thought the attack by President Trump was a result of the president's team not liking what it's seeing so far in the early voting tea leaves.
You remember how the president was being really aggressive in supporting his candidate in the special election in Fort Worth earlier this year, and then she lost. Some Republican operatives looked at what Trump said yesterday, attacking Senator Cornyn, and they said, hey, that sounds kind of like his tone before that special election in Fort Worth. And you remember after that election, after his candidate lost, President Trump acted as if he didn't even know who she was, even though he had been posting about her over and over on Truth Social. It seems to me that the White House and their political operation is either worried about those numbers that we saw through the last day of early voting, or they're just trying to build in an insurance policy for themselves to really get Paxton over the finish line.
It's worth noting for an incumbent here in Texas, historically, who's in a runoff in either party, the political survival rate is only about 6%. So if Senator Cornyn is able to pull this off tomorrow, it would be a huge upset.